I only need you guys' full and unimpeded cooperation for another year. After a year, we can all be home by 5. We can all, you know what I mean?
What does that mean?
It means I have 2026 being a very transformative year.
Is everybody in it?
For everybody in it, yeah. I have 2026 being a transformative year for each and every person in this room. First question, I'll just give them all to you. There was 3 questions.
As friends.
Okay. As friends, not as if you work here with me. I'm looking for honest answers, seriously.
Of course.
Question number 1. How many plays do each of you have in motion right this very second? Question number 2. How do you let your business partners know that today is a new day? And lastly, what constitutes or dictates or indicates a new day for you?
Guys, I'm not sure how many times I've had to repeat this, but I feel like I've been right all along. Additionally, if you read between the lines, Joe is telling you that Patreon is going to go public, which is why it will be so revolutionary for him in the coming year. They intend to go public, and I've been dissecting it for months. He claims that everyone up here will change, which terrifies me. That does not imply that everyone will be cared for. I interpret that to suggest that everyone will need to be transformative, whether they want to or not, since there will be significant changes in the upcoming year. He posed 3 queries to them. What was the reason behind one of those 3 questions? Do any of you have any exciting ideas outside of this? Why did he ask that as one of his primary questions? Because he doesn't hold any of you to the extent that you believe you will work there indefinitely. I'm afraid of that. 1 year, he said. I just need you for a year, after which you can all go home as soon as possible. Given that he hasn't released another IPO, why would he be so certain about it? We don't currently know of any other upcoming shows. He discussed it, but he hasn't provided us with any specifics. Why would he say this with such assurance? Conversely, why would he say this at all? Why is he asking us this question on the show, even if it is a serious one? ICE is aware of the situation. Park is aware of what's happening, but everyone else is taken aback by these inquiries because, in their eyes, Joe is merely acting, making jokes, and fulfilling his obligations. But Joe is posing valid queries because he is already aware of the course of his company. And while I'm not one of those people, those who manage multi-million-dollar companies either don't speak with awareness, or worse, they already know what will happen because someone else has informed them. When you're doing it on your own, and you know you're on a trajectory to keep rising just because of what you're doing, that's one thing. When you know someone is supporting you and they're going to blow, that's quite another. The one thing I was mistaken about is that although they are now beginning to inform him of the situation, I still believe he's angry at Patreon. So he's no longer angry with them. Patreon is informing Joe about every activity that will take place in the upcoming year, all of which will be directly related to him. It's another matter entirely whether or not he will receive that kind of recognition. I've been speculating that he may feel underpaid because he doesn't have the equity investment in Patreon that he believed he did. But the reason he mentioned underpaid was that he wasn't able to withdraw the equity. So many of you have been discussing that. You guys were correct, so I want to give you credit. But Patreon has now informed him of their movements because, let's be honest, Joe has been keeping an eye on them for a while. He perceives it exactly like I do, but because he has a stake in Patreon, he has far more knowledge. And at last, people are telling him, hey Joe, you did it. You succeeded. Many individuals joined you. We modified the user interface, we altered the way Patreon functions as a platform overall, and since I've been a long-time Patreon user, I think the biggest step in that direction was when they eventually got their own integrated video player and kept silent. As long-time Patreon subscribers know, clicking on a video will take you to an external URL, which is often Vimeo. So Joe was one of the first prominent Patreon users to have an embedded video player on his page. They now have an embedded video player of their own. They've taken all the necessary actions. Next year we will go public. Joe is informing them that I won't be here as much next year, which is a direct result of the other thing I've been predicting for a long time and kind of pushed back on because I was much too early on that curve. I'm not. It's okay if you're prepared to complete the necessary tasks on your own terms. You know what's more terrifying though? And this is just my conjecture, of course. Next year, I think Joe will stop using YouTube. Joe won't be doing individual Patreon episodes. In addition to getting the ownership investment from Patreon, I think Joe will abandon YouTube and place his primary pod on Patreon. Yes, I will no longer be doing 2 pods a day, so you don't have to stay until 5. Guys, let's be clear, Joe wasn't using Patreon before the Spotify contract. He only started the Patreon because he knew that if the Spotify contract went south, they would try to get him to re-sign for far less than he was willing to pay. So to subset, he started Patreon. When it occurred, he said it.
I give my guys $40,000 every month. Given what we get paid here, I can't afford to provide them with $40,000 a month. I'm withdrawing from all of my outside endeavors. At least with Patreon, you can only view these patrons by paying and subscribing. Based only on the amount of work these individuals are doing, I can pay them what they're worth. I have been paying them. My status of the culture check isn't producing it. The severance payout I received from Complex does not include it. None of those. Diddy, Revolt is the source of it. It's coming from all of you. But folks, it ends when he receives his bread from Patreon. It's finished. Do you believe Joe intends to continue doing this indefinitely? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Additionally, he's informing them a year ahead of time. He's informing them that there will be significant changes the following year, but they're not paying attention. I can't say that everyone will simply stay here as a direct result, so you guys need to start getting ready. After next year, I'm not sure if I'll even be the sole proprietor of the Joe Budden podcast. I'm not saying that in a bad way either. He intends to cash out. He intends to cash out. In the long term, you will be if you don't pay attention to your boss's actions. Because of this, the first question he posed, what outside ventures do y'all have cracking right now, was quite relevant. I don't have any guarantees after that, so you have a year to start anything, succeed at it, and enjoy the results of your hard work. Guys, it's getting dangerous. It's becoming frightening. He's already discussing price increases. He's already discussing the addition of more shows. He's already discussing the network's movements rather than the show. You can keep calling me insane, though. You can keep believing that everything is just guesswork and speculation. I'm just making everything up. But what will happen when it occurs the following year? We are merely the viewers. Regardless of who's on the show or not, we will keep an eye out for what happens next year. And because many of us are still here, and Melissa departed, I know that. Many of us are still here after Rory Amal departed. He has experienced every scenario involving Bridget, Mandy, and Olivia, and we're all still here. No one, not even Joe, is greater than the show. Regrettably, the show he's most interested in has little to do with his podcast and everything to do with his future financial prospects. I don't have to do anything related to podcasts if I own a Patreon investment, especially if they cash out at a large amount. I refrain from speculating now. I know what's going on, but I don't know when they'll go public, and Joe is eagerly awaiting it. There's a rationale to Patreon's current effort. They're acknowledging and conducting all of these interviews with Joel, telling people that he earned $20 million in these interviews. And take note, despite the fact that Joe made $20 million overall, they're not saying that. They say that despite having all of his on Patreon, he earned $20 million. They're putting it that way. Because what could you make if he could earn $20 million here and you didn't believe he was who he claimed to be? To what extent does your audience support you? Get a bag and come over here. But folks, here's the news. This is why I'm urging everyone to sign up for Patreon right now. I remember saying to Mark, get your stuff off now because they're not doing any copyrights. But that won't last forever because it ends as soon as you see the first Patreon commercial. Everything is changing. Everything. Because he is a part of these developments, Joe is thrilled about them. I am no longer required to perform this. Get your act together, everyone. On the other hand, since I'm stating all of this, I am not advocating that you all go. I'm proposing that everyone should try their hardest to participate in it. Naturally, since you're not on the same kind of contract as Joe, you do not receive an equity stake. I apologize. One happens when he steps away, though, if he has the authority and patronage that I believe he possesses. Who will cover that gap? Additionally, it might be you if you already have Joe Budden traction. You might be the one. This Patreon was founded by Queen's Flip, but no one else has joined. Only Queens, Amani, and Mark are present. There isn't one in ICE. Parks doesn't own one. Surprisingly, Ishmona doesn't have one. They all need to open their eyes because things are going to get serious, but I'm not saying they should all join Patreon. However, please share your thoughts in the comments section as usual. If you enjoyed a video, please like it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the page. Hello, I will simply turn them out today. It's up to you whether you watch or not, however the material will be present. And I'm grateful for all of the support so far. I'll see you later.